Hey, it's Shanna. This is the third time I've started this video because I feel like the intros are the hardest part of this whole process. Anyway, I'm going to do a pairing today of a brand new deck, relatively brand new, and a not so brand new deck. We've got Remembering the Sweet Fool by Trisha Murray and Death Doula Oracle. I'm not sure what the artist's name is. Obviously, oh, Theodore Saint Studios. Obviously, I'll link everything below. But I originally had backed the Sweet Fool Tarot on Kickstarter, and in the last hour, I canceled and regretted it almost instantly once the campaign was over. I don't know why I canceled it. I think it was because it's such a unique deck, and I worried that I wouldn't connect with it, even though the first second I saw it, I loved it. So it was a good lesson in following instincts, because now that I have it in, I adore it. And I wanted to see if there was anything that I had in my collection that would pair with it. So a couple days ago, I pulled out a handful of Oracle decks and just kind of sat here and played and flipped through some of the cards. And I think one of the last ones that I opened was the Death Doula, and it was an instant. This too was an instant bonded pair. Like, I don't think I have any other decks that have done that thus far. I've got a few dozen, more than that. I've probably got about 100 decks, give or take, and that's never happened before. I probably only have, I don't know, maybe 25-ish oracles. The rest are tarot, but in all of the playing and pairing that I do, that's never happened. So I wanted to come on and show this to you. Now, I will say, Annette at Project Refined Life had this pairing on her channel a couple days ago. I'll link her as well. And she flipped through, I don't know, a dozen or so of the cards and said a very similar thing, in that it just, I'm not sure the right word for it. The two decks hummed together. It was like they were made for each other. And so I commented and said that I definitely needed to go and make this video. So yeah, without rambling on too much more, let's just get into it. Now, I will say, this isn't the first time I've, obviously, as I said, this is not the first time I flipped through this for myself. I actually honestly started another video 2 nights ago, but the lighting was no good, and I was kind of in a hurry, and I wasn't home by myself, so I was tempted to put the deck back in the order that I had flipped through it that day, because it was so succinct. But because I had recorded it, I decided to stop the video and shuffle the deck and repair it to see if I would get kind of the same vibe off of it, thinking that if I didn't, I could perhaps, use the video to then get the deck back in the order it was, so that I could showcase it that way. Obviously, full disclosure, I would never do that without saying, that I had stacked the deck. But it was as mind-blowing as the first time. So we will go ahead and shuffle and get started, because I think no matter how this shuffles, it's going to be perfect with each other, for each other. Now, if you guys haven't seen this deck, which I can't imagine that you're here and you haven't seen it, but the guidebook is incredible. It's small, it's very skinny. There's just a tiny little blip, for each of the cards, but most of them will have a little like C page, whatever, for further practices for the deck. Or for that particular card. So there's C foundations or affirmations. I don't know if there's a table of contents. There's spreads in here. Okay, no table of contents, but essentially whatever card you pull, and it's not like this for every single card, but most of the cards will have like a crystal recommendation, a plant recommendation, And then, like I said, you can flip to whatever page it recommends. And astrological birth chart. So that last one said flip to this page for foundations, and then it'll give you examples for meditation, research. There's a goddess bath. I know there's like spells and rituals, moon phases and attributes. So there's a ton packed in this tiny little book. So that being said, I'm going to slide this box aside. This is one of my favorite oracle decks. One of the things that I am discovering about myself is that I kind of like a more serious deck. But that being said, like, I don't know. I guess it just depends on the deck. Because like a deck like the Margaret Peterson that tends to, feel pretty popular here, I just don't vibe with that one on camera anyway. I don't have that one. I don't vibe with that one very much. And I feel like that's kind of a serious deck. But I don't know. I guess it just depends on the deck. Anyway, I'm rambling. So we're going to do Oracle in the middle. Oh, I said I would shuffle, didn't I? We'll do Oracle in the middle and then 2 tarot on either side. I don't know why I'm doing that. This deck is big. I can't shuffle it. So we're just going to overhand shuffle it. Also, it's Thursday, and as you know, or not, now you will, it's laundry day. So if you hear my laundry, my washer, and my dryer running, that's my Thursday thing. So I suppose get used to it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm upstairs. I share a hallway with my laundry room, and that's that. So I know the creator of the Sweet Fool Tarot also has an oracle. I believe I know it's out of stock right now. I have heard rumors that they intend to do another print run of it. So if you're interested in checking that out, I would go and follow their Etsy shop and get the notifications that way. Oof, okay. I'm thinking that music wants to be done. So we're going to leave that. And I might wind up... Nah, probably not. Okay. The Sweet Fool Tarot. Relatively straightforward guidebook. Every card is a poem. Has a small image of the card. And then a poem that I can only assume the creator wrote. And they're beautiful. Really, really lovely little poems. And I don't think there's any spreads in this one. No. Which I'm fine with. I mean, I love the idea of the spreads and I like having them available if I want them, but I rarely use them, so that's not a big deal for me. Anyway, we're gonna grab a drink real quick. Okay. And I might wind up blowing out this candle depending on how wafty we get over here. Oh, let's slide this over so I can shuffle the deck. Shuffle's lovely. I don't know about you guys, but my deck buying has slowed down considerably these last few months. I think I'm finally in a place where I feel, not like I know what I like, because I feel like my likes are always going to change, but I feel comfortable letting some decks go when I really, really like them, but that I don't think they would work for me. There's some that are just really pretty, and I just really, really want it, but I know for a fact it would just sit in the drawer. So it's kind of a relief getting to that point. That being said, I've got 2 decks coming from Kickstarter, and I think this is like my 3rd or 4th deck that I've bought December/January. So I'm not buying decks, but I've definitely honed in, I think, a bit on my style, and these 2 are definitely something that I enjoy working with. I like the depth of them. I like that it's not, I mean, I think they follow, or this, you know, the tarot follows the Rider-Waite system loosely based. So, you know, it's not just a splotch of red paint or something, for example, but it's enough of a variation, a deviation is the word I'm looking for, from Rider-Waite that I can, you know, use my intuition and not feel overly guided by the Rider-Waite symbolism. So anyway, okay. So the thing I like about these two decks, well, not just the only thing, one of the things is the color palettes are kind of spot on. I appreciate the white space, the gold outline on here, the gold gilded outline. I guess the border is the term I'm looking for. I'm talking too fast. But the energy of these two decks is perfection for me. Obviously, I can't say that would happen for everyone, but yeah. Anyway, okay, 8 of Sticks, which sticks are swords, I want to say. I'm fairly certain, but let's make sure. I don't even know if it says it in here, to be honest. If it does, I'm not seeing it, so let me just flip here real quick. So Heels is Pentacles, Points is going to be swords, so 8 of Sticks is wands, and then Cups is cups. Okay, so Sticks is wands, that's easy enough. Like I said, I just got this in about 10 days ago, so I don't want anyone to think like I'm, you know, like I've worked with this for months or anything, and really it just came out, I think it just released maybe a month or so ago, even to the Kickstarter backers. So anyway, 8 of Sticks, Fear and Strength. So the 8 of Wands, you've got that movement, the fear and strength. For me, this is saying, you know, you've got your movement, and whether or not you are afraid or you shouldn't be afraid, but that somehow this is coming at you as a shadow, and to have the strength to overcome that shadow. Like maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by it, this movement, this fast movement, you're feeling bombarded by, you know, the fear, whatever that looks like for you, which again, I appreciate in this image, because I feel like whatever it is you're going through in that moment, this isn't, it's not like drawing a circle around it in red ink and pointing at it, you know, it's just, this is what you are going through in that moment, and you can intuit as you need for that moment. So, all right. Ten of Hills, Thrombosis, and Sun. Now, I looked this word up the other day. Geez. Well, maybe I'll try to remember to put it on the screen. I looked it up the other day because this was one of the ones I got. And of course, I didn't retain the information because that is not how my brain works. But, so we're going to kind of just glaze over this one, other than I think it's beautiful together. I appreciate the way the Fool is looking, whether they're looking into the sun or they're looking here at the gate. The Ten of Pentacles being kind of that legacy with the sun. Perhaps penning yourself in. Maybe you're limiting yourself to this realm. Or, you know, you could even be looking at it as this is where you are and you're happy and you're blocking other people out, keeping yourself safe. It could also be that you're hemming yourself in and not allowing yourself this enjoyment of the sun. I don't know. I think this is it speaks beautifully with each other. And I don't necessarily want to interpret each of these as we go, because I feel like that's when, you know, that's something that both the reader would want to do for themselves, and I think it varies depending on the querent or your question in that moment. So, We've got King of Hills, Disruption, and the Empress. Interesting. This one I'm feeling like there's, obviously King of Hills, you've got the masculine energy and disrupting this Empress, fertile fecundity. Is that the way you pronounce that word? I love that word. But I like the sense of earth and rock and mountain here, where it sort of mirrors that over here. And then you've got the softness of the Empress. Maybe you need to channel more of that, masculine energy. Maybe you've got too much of this happening and you need to pull it, rein in the femininity and embrace the masculinity more. I will say on this deck, one of the reasons I pulled out of my pledge was these figures, and you'll see these figures throughout. I think each of the queens has it, Three of Hills, and I think the High Priestess. They kind of weird me out. I don't really fully understand them. I feel like they're something I want to sit with and experience more. But now that I've seen the entire deck, they are not a deal breaker for me, obviously, since I have the deck, but they're a little odd. I did see on, I can't remember their channel name. Again, I'll link it below. They said that these remind them of something, which I won't go into detail here. You'll have to go and look at their video, because I thought it was really interesting, because I felt the same way. So if you're curious, definitely go check out their video. They had quite an insightful walkthrough of this deck, which I found really, really fascinating. All right, we've got Ace of Hills, Find a Way, and Three of Hills. That's interesting. I love how it's sort of, this stark shadowy sort of comes over into here, and then all of this light, despite this up here, despite this light up here, this light sort of carries over into this side of the Death Doula card as well. So the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the opportunity, find a way, and collaboration. I feel like this sort of speaks to, we've got the opportunity, it's being presented to us, but maybe our minds, like our anxiety is keeping us away from that opportunity, and we just need to find a way to break through it in order to enjoy this cooperation with others. Collaboration with others. Is there a project coming up? Or frankly, even collabing with yourself, shutting down that anxious mind and being able to work through the process of creativity or work or job or whatever it is, whatever it is we're trying to work through, collaborating with ourselves to allow ourselves that opportunity. Okay. 20 minutes, you guys. We've got like 6 cards in. All right. Temperance, the Grove, and the Star. I love the shapes here, the flowing of those. And I like the shapes here above the cat's head, which I love that this is the only, if you're going to have one animal in a deck, let's vote that it should be a cat. That's my opinion. Oh my gosh. Okay. I had to check on my laundry. I'm washing blankets and it's just banging around in there as if I'm not filming a video right now. Also, I guess it's a good time to zoom in just a tiny bit. And slide these up. I guess we move that. It's not this one. All right, Daughter of Points, New Narrative, and Son of Sticks. I love all the light play here. You've got kind of this icy background with the flame, and you've got your crystals here. Daughter of Points, which is swords, so Page of Swords. I like this, you know, the kind of the points in each of these. We've got those there, and then also the crystals here, and that center of light running through the card. And I don't know if you guys can see this. This deck has a lot of little details. This little says angel here. So this is definitely a deck that you can just sit with and glean a lot out of, which I appreciate. All right, Devil, Ritual, and Seven of Points. Again, we've got a lot of mirroring here as far as we've got these 2 points. We've got these 2 points here, but they're crossing. And then the 7 of Points, which until I said that I didn't realize, but that's funny. I like the way these cards are simple, but it feels like the creator, set this up with intention. They laid these needles out with intention and these buttons. And I feel like obviously the creator of this oracle did as well. We've got strings over here, which sort of mimics, this background image. And then if you look closely, we've got like what looks like an arrow here pointing. I don't know. I just love this, you guys. It's so pretty. And I feel like this is something that it's all, earlier I said I hadn't worked with these two together, just that I had kind of gone through them and really felt like they instantly bonded. But I feel like once I do start to work with them, it's not something I would likely share. This feels special to me. Anyway, Six of Sticks, Vision, and Lovers. Six of Wands. We've got that escaping energy here with the ladder, the burning tips, and Vision. I don't know if you guys can see the face here. We've got eyes, their head, the mouth, and the nose. And then the Lovers with the choice or commitment. It's interesting that this little tree, the little tree figure is leaning into the Vision. The Moon, Witness, Love, and Justice. So this was another one with one of those figures. Yeah. I like how the moon here, obviously you've got your moon shape, and then this sort of mirrors that as well, as does this over here and above the Justice's head. So for me, the moon is illusion. This feels like almost like you have like blinders on, or like you've got a sheet or gauze over your head and you're just peeking out, whether or not you're avoiding that illusion or you're coming out of that illusion. And then Justice, making things equal and realizing that whatever it is you do or is done to you or that you experience will eventually be balanced. That there's a consequence to everything that we do. Consequence not necessarily meaning bad, but consequence nonetheless. 8 of Hills, Drift, and 2 of Hills. This is pretty. This feels like we're on, like this is a pulled out, you know, view of this. This is your close-up view. And perhaps this is water where the little Fool is sitting. This Son of Cups is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I like the colors, I like the energy, I like the fluidity, I guess, of it. So the Knight of Cups, I'm not sure that you could get any more perfect for that concept, I think, for the Son of Cups. I love the way this red comes in here and this orange comes in here. So, sorry, Son of Cups, Sexuality, and Daughter of Hills. So we've got dutiful. That determined energy with the Daughter of Hills. What do you guys see here? This is interesting to me. I feel like this is saying, like I'm feeling that like this is almost a warning or a, you know, a heeding of advice. What do you guys think? And I don't think it is, but every time I see this, it makes me think of like the jaw of a shark. I'm not sure what it is. Ribbon, maybe? But, yeah. 2 of Points, the Shadow, and Fool. Death, Sun, and Queen of Hills. I like the way this figure sort of mirrors the same over here. And also how we've got the light at the top of all 3 of these cards. King of Sticks, the Void, and Tower. I like the messiness of these 2 cards and the rigidity of this one. Eight of Points, Regeneration, and Queen of Cups. Eight of Swords energy. With the Queen. I like how it's sort of, this card is sort of leaning away from the Queen and moving into the light of this Eight of Points. These cards here if I don't move some things. All right, Hierophant, Balance, and Chariot. Definitely feeling balance on either side of these. This figure, a little fool sitting there being balanced, and then this, I guess, I don't know, it looks like a dandelion sort of being balanced on the chariot, on the stone. It's interesting too how this figure is moving away, the little, brush is moving away, this is moving away, but it still feels balanced with the light and the dark here. Ace of Sticks, Visual Mantra, and Seven of Cups. Daughter of Sticks, Growth, and Nine of Cups. I like how this eye sort of mimics, like if you're not looking specifically at each little pocket here, but if you sort of let your eyes relax, it sort of feels like another representation of that eye. And then same here, actually. Like the pupil here in the middle, pupil here in the middle. Did I show you guys the backs of these now that we're 30 minutes in? This is the tarot. And this is the oracle, which I love. I think it's beautiful. All right, we've got Five of Cups, Solitude, and Three of Points. This to me almost feels like this shape here is almost like an extreme close-up of this petal. It's not, like I can see what it is, but I like that. Five of Cups, Solitude, and Three of Points. Three of Swords. This is interesting, this energy between the three of these. About loss, solitude, and the heartbreak. Obviously, not everyone interprets these cards the same, but for me, that's what I'm getting. I do like this Queen of Sticks. I think she's probably my favorite of these figures. Magic and Six of Hills. This feels like, if you're being honest with yourself and your ritual or your magic, your core of what you do, that's its own form of reciprocity, whether it's to yourself or someone else. Ten of Cups, Malleable, and Four of Points. This is interesting. We've got a circle here, a square here, sort of another square here. Seven of Hills, Sensuality, and Queen of Points. Here's the Queen of Points. What did I say for this other one? It's the Queen of Wands. But I said it was the Queen of Swords. This is the Queen of Wands, you guys. FYI, because this is the Queen of Swords. Seven of Sticks, a remothering and universe. That's Seven of Wands. And universe is the world, obviously. Ten of Sticks, Odyssey, and Four of Sticks. This one for me is, you're persevering to allow yourself that experience of travel or something bigger than yourself, and you're hitting that in a milestone kind of way. An encouragement to stick to it, to hit this milestone. Interesting. All right, King of Points, Unprocessed, and King of Cups. I'm going to move this along just a little bit faster because I think we're going to run out of tarot, and we'll just reshuffle and finish the oracle. Five of Hills, Surrender, and Son of Points. Nine of Hills, Connect with the Dead, and Ace of Cups. I love this card. There's a lot of little details in here. Six of Points, Calcination, and Hermit. I think I keep getting the points and the sticks confused between the swords and the wands. Four of Hills, Grace, and Five of Points. Judgment, Moon, Fortune. Six of Cups, Conjure, Magician. Ooh. I like that a lot. These points of light. Nine of Points, Exaltation, and Hanged Man. Interesting. I think each of these photographers in these two decks are wizards at capturing a mood and putting them with the best keyword or, the card in the tarot. Two of Cups, Compassionate Memories, and Nine of Sticks. Two of Sticks, Work, and Three of Sticks. Four of Cups, Access the Dark, Five of Sticks. I like this sort of flow of green light down here into this one. Ten of Points, Pleasure, and Three of Cups. Eight of Cups, True Will, and Emperor. Oh wow. High Priestess, Truth, and Ace of Points. Wow. This literally looks like these three, these two figures. Son of Hills, Manifest Self, and Daughter of Cups. Again, I feel like this Manifest Self card could be like a super zoomed in close-up of like the light of the sun, just an intensely close-up view. And then this one, this little tiny pink dot could just be a super zoomed out. I don't know. It just, the cards just flow together. So we've got a handful of cards left. So I'm going to do a quick little shuffle of the tarot. And we'll just keep going, because why not? Because I have the house to myself today, and we're doing this. You guys want to see it shuffle? I always like to see it shuffle. I'm like, show me the shuffle. You guys, I'm a dork. When I say stupid things, just ignore me. See how far we get in this. All right, Ace of Hills, Wisdom, Five of Hills, I think for some reason the cards with these little blips of saturated red, I like those. Those are probably my favorite. I'm not sure why. Just the way it pops against the dark background, I guess. We've got Emperor, Embodiment, and Queen of Hills. Eight of Points, Abyssal Pain, and Ace of Sticks. Abyssal Plane, not pain. That's a big difference. Indeed. Eight of Cups, Formlessness, and Strength. Those colors. King of Cups, Cleanse, and Magician. Here, let's move this over here since we're so much taller. We'll just do a couple at a time. Nine of Hills and Techno Cleanse. Eight of Sticks and Lower World. Five of Sticks and Beauty and Death. Universe and Dishonesty. Devil, and From the Ashes. Interesting. We've got this same figure again. I feel like this pulls that shape out of any of these cards it sits with. What do you guys think? Are you into it? Do you feel it? Are you loving it? Death and Serenity. Nine of Cups and Art. Sun and Angel of Incidents. Lovers and Romance. Interesting. I know a lot of us don't associate lovers necessarily with romance and love and all of that, but I think when the cards tell you to go ahead and interpret it that way, you can go ahead and interpret it that way. No harm in listening to the cards. Tower and Obsession. Ooh, I like that. Four of Cups and Torpid. And last, we've got Six of Cups and Positioning. I love this. Okay, should we do a little reading with these? A little 3-card spread. All right, sorry, I wanted to find a spread to do, to use. And so I have a little binder of spreads that I put together. This is from Emerald Lotus Divination, and it's the Deepening Connection. So how can I deepen my connection with, and then you insert a name, but I think I'll ask, how can I deepen my connection with this deck? Being the tarot deck specifically. And then what would we gain from a deeper connection, and action I can take to deepen our connection. So the second question will be the Oracle, the first and third will be the Tarot. So I think I'll ask the second question first with the Oracle. I won't do reversals just in case I've placed these accidentally upside down, but all right, what would I gain from a deeper connection with these two decks? Let's go that route. What would I gain from a deeper connection with these two decks? Witness Love. Okay. And how can I deepen my connection with these two decks? How can I deepen my connection with these two decks? Oh, okay. And action I can take to deepen my connection with these two decks. So maybe a spell, a ritual. Action I can take to deepen my connection to these two decks. Okay. Queen of Points. All right. So what would I gain from a deeper connection? Witnessing love. Interesting. Okay. I feel like that's a sort of a straightforward answer, though definitely one I would sit with, I think, and probably journal with later today. maybe just having that, maybe not necessarily love of someone else or with someone else, but you know, if I were to journal more with this deck, maybe being able to, dare I say it, love myself more. Okay, well, how can I deepen my connection with these two decks? The King of Sticks, the King of Wands, inspiring. I feel like for this particular image on this card, I feel like this feels like one of those pictures where, you know, someone's in the woods and the sunlight's streaming down. Maybe they're meditating, focusing on their intentions. So maybe just sitting with the meanings of these two decks, you know, when I use them, versus not necessarily using them as a daily draw type of deck, but one that I would sit with and use more intentionally, spend a little more time with. And I think that that would give me that deeper connection. And then lastly, action I can take to deepen my connection with these two decks. The Queen of Points. I would say, I guess, I don't know if this is necessarily an action, but realizing, how do I word this? Being honest with myself, you know, as I get these readings and I sit with them and I journal, being honest with myself and not trying to gloss over or make things simpler. Yeah. Okay, well, what do you guys think? We've hit almost an hour now, but I feel rather obsessed with these two decks. So, do you have these decks? Do you intend to get them? Do you not like these decks? I would love to hear your comments below. What you think, what you feel, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for sticking around. Bye.